Now, let's talk about Drake. His Drake-A-Wish Foundation is on the verge of getting shut down, and his latest tour is already spiraling into chaos right after it kicked off. After the disaster that was the Anita Max Win Tour, which ended abruptly due to strange problems, history seems to be repeating itself with his new loser link-up shows. Only months apart, things are looking rough for the 40-year-old who still calls himself the boy. He's out here teaming up with PARTYNEXTDOOR for his For You tour, trying to win fans back. But only a few shows in, trouble's already knocking at his door, at a time when he's desperate to prove he's still working. Whether through weak collabs with Central C or those hour-long videos where he's randomly chasing Pinocchio, Drake's moves are raising eyebrows. No matter how you see him, it's clear he's scrambling to fix his image after countless flops. New music, random content, and shows aimed at reeling in whoever still cares. This is Drake's big comeback attempt in 2025, but here's the kicker. Even the diehard fans who'd show up for an OVO karaoke fest are starting to feel played. Despite their loyalty, Drake isn't even treating his remaining supporters right. Just before a major SSS For You tour date, he pulled one of the most confusing moves ever seen in the touring game. This is seriously wild. Let's be real, what Drake just pulled is one of the worst concert cancellations we've seen in a long time. It's now confirmed that his Manchester show, set for July 28th, has been cancelled. The official reason? And I quote, "Due to unforeseen ferry schedule and travel logistics." Seriously? They claim tomorrow's performance is rescheduled because of travel issues. But here's where it gets shady. Drake's been in Manchester for days. He performed there on the 25th and 26th, so how can travel even be the excuse? He's literally in the city. This excuse just doesn't add up. Anyone who knows touring knows that once the stage is already built and the crew is settled, it's the easiest part of the job. No moving, no rebuilding, no crazy logistics, everything's already set. So why would his team fail to figure this out? Fans were ready, the venue was ready, and yet Drake just shut it down out of nowhere. This move is beyond confusing and has everyone questioning what's really going on. None of this adds up. Just like the bizarre Anita Max Win tour cancellation, this Manchester mess makes zero sense. With how tightly tours for big names like Drake are planned, you don't cancel last minute unless something major happens. But Drake? He's out here chilling, posting TikToks, popping up in public, and dropping cringe videos, hardly acting like someone dealing with a sudden crisis. So what's the real reason? If it's anything like the Anita Max Win fiasco, maybe the show didn't sell as expected. They're once again hiding behind travel issues and logistics as the excuse. But let's be honest, these events are locked in months ahead, with every travel detail mapped out. That excuse just doesn't fly. Fans online are fuming. People planned their schedules, booked hotels, and spent their hard-earned cash to see this show, only to get blindsided at the last second. The backlash is huge, and Drake's credibility is sinking fast. With all this chaos, it's hard to believe ticket sales were the problem. A last-minute cancellation like this feels shady, especially when it's messing with real people's time, money, and plans. This move has everyone asking, what's Drake really hiding? So after all this chaos, fans are left wondering, what's really going on with Drake? If the show was packed with people ready to go, why cancel without a real reason? The excuse we got feels like a straight-up lie. This whole situation exposes Drake's biggest problem. He's acting like one of the most disappointing stars in hip-hop history. The way he canceled this show screams laziness and a total lack of care for anyone but himself. He's stuck in his own little bubble while fans are out here losing money, time, and patience. When you look closer, it's almost like Drake just doesn't want to commit. He's rescheduling shows, syncing his own tour, and for what? A ferry issue? Come on, this is the same guy who brags about flying private and opening anything at any time. Suddenly, a simple travel hiccup shuts everything down? That's not adding up at all. With more than 5 shows in this era either canceled or messed up, it's clear something's off. The venues are ready, the fans are there, and yet Drake keeps bailing. This pattern is making people question if he even wants to perform anymore, or if he's just running from the spotlight he built. While Drake's tour is falling apart, Kendrick Lamar is out here proving why he's on another level. Since April, Kendrick hasn't canceled a single show on his Grand National Tour. Rain or shine, he's been delivering unforgettable performances around the world. No matter where you stand on the Drake versus Kendrick debate, the difference is crystal clear. Kendrick shows up, Drake flakes out. Kendrick's concerts keep growing bigger and more powerful, setting a new standard Drake never reached, even at his peak. Night after night, Kendrick gives fans exactly what they came for, while Drake is out here calling off work like the most unreliable coworker ever. This is why the industry respects Kendrick. He's proven himself as a true leader, not just in hip-hop, but in music as a whole. His stadium tour is a milestone. He's showing what rap can do on the biggest stage, with no drama, no excuses, just pure greatness. Meanwhile, every cancellation or reschedule from Drake hurts everyone. His team loses money, fans lose time and cash, and his reputation keeps sinking. People who traveled, booked hotels, and spent hard-earned money now have to rearrange everything just to see him next month. Kendrick keeps climbing higher, while Drake is slipping fast. Venue workers now have to come back on days they weren't scheduled, throwing their routines into chaos. This whole mess isn't just inconvenient. It's a clear sign of Drake being flat-out unprofessional. For someone who was once the face of hip-hop, this behavior is embarrassing. While Drake plays these tired games, everyone's watching his so-called comeback crash and burn. Meanwhile, Kendrick Lamar is selling out stadiums and giving fans legendary performances every single night. The contrast is brutal. Kendrick shines while Drake cancels karaoke shows out of what looks like pure laziness. So who really won their beef? Watching this unfold, the answer feels obvious. Fans are now asking what these cancellations mean for the rest of Drake's tour, and if we're about to see another downward spiral from him. And just when you thought it couldn't get worse for Drake, Pusha T dropped a new diss, taking another victory lap after releasing one of the hardest rap albums in years. Things are heating up, and Drake's not looking good in any of it.